Well, moving on, the Prime Minister has now tweeted on the emergency, and I quote, he said, "The dark days of emergency can never be forgotten. The period from 1975 to 1977 witnessed a systematic destruction of institutions. Let us pledge to do everything possible to strengthen India's democratic spirit and live up to the values enshrined in our Constitution." It was in 1975, on the 25th of June, that the then government of Mrs. Indira Gandhi had imposed emergency in the country. Now, the Prime Minister tweeting this morning. Earlier, we also had the Home Minister Amit Shah tweeting on this. The Prime Minister, of course, tweeting and saying, and I'm quoting what he said. He says, "The dark days of emergency can never be forgotten. The period from 1975 to 1977 witnessed a systematic destruction of institutions. Let us pledge to do everything possible to strengthen India's democratic spirit and live up to the values enshrined in our Constitution." So that tweet coming in from the Prime Minister, who's recalling the 1975 emergency. It was on the 25th of June in 1975 that early in the morning emergency was declared across the country. It lasted for about 2 years till 1977. So the Prime Minister tweeting on the day this morning, which marks the emergency. He says, and I quote what he's saying, "The dark days of emergency can never be forgotten. The period from 1975 to 77 witnessed a systematic destruction of institutions. Let us pledge to do everything possible to strengthen India's democratic spirit." So that tweet coming in from the Prime Minister. Earlier, of course, in the morning, we had seen Amit Shah, the Home Minister, also tweeting about this. Now, Piyush now joins me on the phone line. Good morning, Piyush. The Prime Minister tweeting this morning, it, of course, does mark the day that the emergency was imposed across the country on the 25th of June in 1975.
Well, absolutely, Nupur, and he has, via his Twitter handle, has also attacked Veterans Party, Congress Party, in which he has said, and I quote, "This is how Congress trampled over our democratic ethos. We remember all those greats who resisted the emergency and protected Indian democracy." He continues to add that the dark days of emergency can never be forgotten. The period from 1975 to 1977 witnessed a systematic destruction of institutions. Let us pledge to do everything possible to strengthen India's democratic spirit and live up to the values enshrined in our Constitution. This is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also tweeting about. Remember that this was the first time when BJP or the Modi government has been aggressive on the kind of stand which was taken by Indira government by imposing emergency. It has been the issue which has been raised multiple times, and today, once again, not only Prime Minister but Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, even Yogi Adityanath, has attacked Congress Party over it, and both the leaders are stressing on the fact that we all must work in a way so that we can strengthen our democratic spirit, and also the government and people can live up to the values that are enshrined in the Constitution. So that's a big message which is being sent out by PM Modi. We'll have to wait and watch as to how the Congress is going to react. But yes, even veteran Congress leaders believe that it was a big mistake at the part of Indian government about imposing emergency. We know as to how many leaders, many intellectuals, many political party faces were put behind the bars when emergency was imposed to the country.
Absolutely. So, Piyush, that message going out across from the Prime Minister this morning, that institutions that are the pillars essentially of this country must be protected at all costs. Thank you very much for joining us, Piyush.